Hi, I'm Just, and this is Just Talk. Hello, beautiful people. I want to talk about the people in the world. Yes, you and me, and every living thing in it. Shall I say, every human being a human in it. People, today is more difficult than maybe normal because of the pandemic and everything that's going on in it. I just want to talk about how maybe we, as humans, being human, can make a difference in the world. And I'm not just talking about the United States of America. I'm talking about the whole world. Every nation, right? Every country, every person, every human being a human. Because this is a human experience. We are all souls walking the earth, doing our daily thing. And sometimes we even forget to just breathe or look around, or be aware that the wind is actually blowing on your skin. Feeling that of being a human being, right? Seeing the sun come up, or feel it on our face, the warmth of it, all the birds flying, all the beautiful butterflies, or listening to the ocean. We take so many things for granted. So let's talk about it. I want to reach everyone in the world because when I was a child, I had a lot of unhappy moments. But if I can think about the beautiful moments, right? When I thought that the world was, or shall I say, the people in the world, the humans being humans. Um, I used to think that if you be kind, that people would be kind to you. If you just offer a hug, then someone will hug you back. Or if you just smiled, that you would get a smile back. I didn't know that the world was much different as I grew up and learned. When I was a child, what I wanted to be was a superhero. I did. I wanted to, quote unquote, save every hurting person, every broken heart, and just show people love. That's all I ever wanted to do when I was a child. But as I kept living and growing, I learned that the world, or shall I say the people in the world, it wasn't quite like that, and I didn't get it. And so it molded me into all these different things, and I had all these experiences, a lot of bad ones, and I've made a lot of mistakes, and I've done things that I've beat myself up about. I've been ridiculed, judged for just being me. And I thought that I had to live up to a certain standard in this world so that I can be loved alike. But let me tell you, people, that's not true. We have to take back what we lost. All of the things that people put on us and we've put on ourselves. If you act like that, then you're this. If you don't do this, then you're that. How dare you? Who do you think you are? If you say a curse word or swearing as people say it, that's bad. See, we have so many opinions and we press it down and project it on so many people because it's a cycle. We've learned to live our lives like that. We've learned to oppress others because we're not aware that we've been traumatized as maybe a child or as an adult, or something dramatic happened to us, or we allowed ourselves to be in this box to believe that if we don't do this or say something a certain way or talk a certain way, or we can't articulate, or we don't know what 2 plus 2 is, or if our skin color is too dark or we're too light, all of these stipulations that we've been living by instead of living our life for who we are, because we're all unique, right? We're not made the same, we're created differently, right? God created us all unique. We are who we are. If we didn't know what dark was, then how would we know what light would be, right? If we didn't know what a smile looked like, how would we know what a frown would be? You see, we put too many of our traumas on other people because we don't even realize it's the traumas that's creating it all. If we can just go into our hearts, yes, and find out why we feel the way we do towards other people. Why do we say something negative before we say something nice? You see, our mind has so many negative thoughts going on up in there, but we don't even realize it because we're not aware of it. We just walk, we get up, we brush our teeth, or whatever we do daily, and we do that same thing over, and we don't even realize what's right in front of us. Or we don't even smell the roses. We don't even realize they're there, right? Because we're not aware. But if you just close your eyes with me, close your eyes, and allow yourself to hear your thoughts. Just listen to them. And even if you can't do in this moment, take the time out to just sit with your thoughts and listen to how negative they can be. Listen to all the thoughts that you think and listen to what they tell you. And I'm quite sure you'll hear how powerfully negative they are. But because we've been hurt in life, maybe someone bullied us, or maybe we never knew what love was. Maybe we were a child that grew up with a parent or parents or family members or people that constantly told us that we wasn't good enough, or didn't hug us, or didn't even pick us up, or didn't take care of us. So how could we possibly know what that feels like? So some of us grow up to be murderers, right? And we as people judge, you murdered that person. That's what they did. But that's not who they are. They become even more of what you say they are because they don't even know who they really are, because they never even knew the opposite of what they are. You see? The polarity of what they are. Because the opposite of good is bad, right? If you only know bad, how can you do good? If no one encourages you or forgives you and not judge you, but pray for you, right? Pray for you and tell you that it's okay and I'm sorry, and I'll say it. For the people that are in prison, or the people that's walking the street that's ever murdered someone, whether it was intentionally or unintentionally, forgive yourself If your situation was you didn't know what love was or what is that, and you never was loved as a child, or you was bullied, or whatever traumatizing experience you had, I want to tell you that you're loved. I love you. I do. Try not to cry. um, and I'm sorry that people in the world have been so unkind to you. And I'm sorry that people that you may have hurt, or whatever lives you taken, that they had to experience it. And you didn't know why you did it, but it gave you more power because that's all you knew. Right? Seeing the life go out of someone and not feeling the pain, and having compassion for it, because you don't know what compassion is. You don't know what it feels like to live. It's for someone to hug you despite the things that you've done. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. You don't need the world to forgive you. Forgive yourself. Ask God to forgive you. Because once God forgives you, it's done. Okay? For the molesters and the rapists, I don't know your situation. I don't know what your life was like. I don't know if you were a victim, a child who was molested, or you were raped and you grew up inflicting that same pain on another individual or another child. I don't judge you because I don't know you. And even if I knew you, I don't want to judge you. I want to tell you to forgive yourself. Heal yourself. And to heal yourself is to love yourself. But to love yourself is to heal yourself. Allow those traumas of your childhood to go. Forgive yourself for the pain that you've inflicted on another individual. Ask God for forgiveness, our universe, our source, or the divine, whomever you pray to or whomever you get your positive energy from, that enlightens your life and makes it better. And if you don't know someone, try God, the creator, the one who created you. You see, people, we all have a purpose. We're not walking on the earth for nothing, just living our lives and not serving a purpose. We're here to get it. Whatever we didn't get it. You know that deja vu, or felt like you met someone before, or just something about that person? Maybe it's because you've been here before. And for people who are racist, Ku Klux Klan, black people against white, Arabics against this, and Chinese, and all of those different races. See, I think we focus too much on color. See, people, we are all just humans, human being, being human, and we're souls. See, the color in the body doesn't matter. It's what's on the inside. You know, if you've been here before, you felt like you've been here before, and you've had deja vu, it's because you maybe just didn't get it right the last time. And see, you probably, just maybe if you're white, you came back, or you were here as a black person, or you was here as an Arabic person, or a black person was here as a white, vice versa. What I'm trying to say is color doesn't matter. It's what's on the inside, who you are, and what legacy you want to leave behind. If you can't find it in your heart to just be kind to someone, say something nice. Open up the door. It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't cost one penny. Not a dime. You have to realize that the things, the fears that you have, and the way you feel about people, even the police officers, right? Fears. Because you see something that you've been taught. You see a person that you're not familiarized with, right? And you have this fear, and so then you shoot. And then people back you up and say, yeah, you should have did that, and make you feel good about it. But you should never feel good about taking someone else's life. Okay? God gave us life. That's the only person that gave us life. And if you did do it, feel better. Feel better about telling yourself, I forgive myself. But you have to make the change. You have to want to make the change. You can't just live your life not being responsible for the things that you do. If you want the world to be better, you have to start with yourself. You have to make yourself better. And how to make yourself better is healing yourself. Going with inside yourself, listening to your thoughts, and realizing all of that stuff and all of those hurts and pains and traumas, you're projecting it off on somebody. Every time you blow your horn, or the person who jumps in front of you. See, all the traumas, it's a cycle. We're just bouncing around to each other. People talk about politics. I like to talk about people, right? I like to talk about people and say that if someone say, oh, what do you think about the president or the presidents? And what do you think about the war? Well, I think about this. I think that people are hurting. And I think that until even the president, even other countries, people in these countries learn to heal themselves, learn to not be that bully. Maybe some people grew up to be bullied, or some people were spoiled and they got everything handed to them, or maybe they didn't. Maybe they just got this power and now they have a button to just press, right? And send a bomb and kill millions of people. People who didn't ask for it. They just want to live in a world with love and peace. You see, in order for us to change, we have to look at ourselves. If we are looking at ourselves, right, and not everybody else, and say, how can I make myself better? What are my traumas? What do I need to heal? Then how in the world, we all do it across the whole world, right? If we all do it, how could we possibly be looking at someone else? And how can we possibly be hurting someone else if we're working on ourselves? If every individual person in the whole wide world would be focused on themselves and healing themselves and going within and finding out why they do things so they can make the world a better place, then I think that this world would be so much beautiful and so much peaceful and so much sweeter, right? Hey, I'm not judging anybody. I've done so many things in my life. I had an anger issue. I didn't even realize that the anger that I had was because of my traumas. Now, don't get me wrong. I would walk out the house every day and I would smile and be kind to people because I thought that if I gave it, that's what I would receive. But the moment that someone said something unkind to me, I would try to ignore it. And people would keep pressing my buttons. And I didn't realize why I was so angry. And I didn't want to be here because I was just like, people in this world are unkind. I didn't realize that I was unkind to myself because I didn't have anything to prove to people. I only had everything to prove to myself. And realized that I had traumas. And my tears became anger. At one point, I couldn't even cry anymore. I couldn't feel, I felt numb. And so I would be upset because I felt like no one saw me. That all I was trying to do was share love. And it's taken me all this time to get there. Now, let me tell you, I'm nowhere near perfect. And I will never be perfect for you, but I'll be perfect for me, right? I still have a long ways to go. Every day is a day of working on myself and learning from my mistakes and forgiving myself for things that I've done that I believe is wrong, not what you believe is wrong. Not that you believe that I should or should not do, but what I believe I should or should not do. You see, I'm learning that it's not about what other people think about me. It's what I think about myself and what I know about myself, what I believe about myself. Because no one can really know me like I know me. So, people, if you're angry and being mean to people, shooting people, stabbing people, raping, molesting, go with inside yourself and just ask yourself, where did that come from? Because it pays nothing to be kind. It's so easy to be mean. But all it does is causes more stress inside of you and is projected into the world. What we think, we create in the world. So if you're always thinking negative thoughts, you're always going to get negative reactions. The energy that you carry inside of you is the energy that will come after you, towards you. But if we learn to think more positive and be a little more kinder, because it costs nothing. Don't look at a person for their skin color, their size, or any of that. Look at a person for who they are. You know, as I've grown up, I've heard so many people talk about so many different things. I've been asked so many things. I've been asked, do all lives matter? You know, and asking me from a perspective of as if I speak for all of black people. I'm just me. I'm just me. Okay? I'm just a human being a human. Um, this will be my answer for that. All lives matter. But some lives haven't been mattering. And it's because we as people, some of us, won't look inside. Look right into that person's heart. Look into their eyes. You can tell a lot about a person just by looking into their eyes or feeling their energy. People, when you wake up and you start your day and you still have that bad negative thought that happened yesterday, you're only hurting yourself. Because when you put your feet on the floor and you start your day, you're going to carry that same energy over to the next day or in that day. You have to learn to forgive people, forgive yourself for allowing yourself to allow it to get to you. Now, I'm not going to say things aren't going to bother you, and it's not just like snap of a finger that you can just get over it. Some things are hard, but who do you want to be? Do you want to be like them, or do you want to be like you? I want to be like me. So, people, I wish that this world was, for me, This is the world that I want to live in. I want to live in a world that people give a hug when someone's crying, extend a hand when someone needs to walk up a stair or open up a door. Don't be mean. Don't. If you see someone coming, it takes nothing but a second to hold the door open. Remember, you don't know them and they don't know you. But what you do from your heart goes a long way. I promise you, it'll come back to you. It'll come back to you. I want to live in a world where I can be free and not worry about closing my eyes and allowing the wind to touch my face. Feeling the warmth of the sun beaming down on me. People saying, "You're beautiful," or something kind, something nice. Where soldiers don't have to go to another country to protect another country. Where bombs are not going off to kill one another. Where we're not shooting people. I wish that guns stopped working and bombs stopped working and every object that can bring harm to a living thing. I wish that it would just stop working. So we won't have an excuse to project our traumas off onto another person or another nation, another country. You know, the world itself, I believe it has to be kind of tired of us with it all, right? Because the world is so beautiful, the world that we live in, you know, the one that provides us oxygen from the trees, or to be able to dip our feet in water and know what water feels like, or to give us the sun to warm us, right? To see beautiful skies and rain to make our crops grow. What happened to neighbors coming together and not trying to be nosy to get in someone else's business, but truly, genuinely want to just get to know someone and share a good conversation of good energy and kindness? What happened to us putting our hands into the soil and planting fruits and vegetables? We eat so much stuff that doesn't help our minds. It doesn't help us. It doesn't help us to grow. It stifles us because there's so many chemicals in the food. And I know for sure because I eat not so good, but I'm working on it. I'm definitely working on it. I eat, and I've eaten it because of sadness, depression, and worry to comfort me. But I'm learning how to comfort myself through God. I'm learning how to heal my mind through God. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. So, if I could say anything that I would love to see in the world, I would love to see us to be more kind to each other. And it would be nice if we could take an hour out of the month, the whole world, and put on a meditation or some meditation music and everyone meditate in that moment. Reflect on themselves. Give themselves self-love, right? Forgive yourself. Look at your traumas, heal your traumas. And we all do this together. Because we have so much on the news and so much on TV that we watch, but what are we watching that's positive to make a change in the world? What are we doing that's making a change? We can have all these presidents, but if we don't make a change individually, even the presidents, in all these countries, mayors. If we don't make an individual change to be better and deal with our traumas, how could we possibly make the best decisions for the world? See, I don't even know how I was born into this world and start being governed. I, I feel like I want to be independent. I want to be able to be me freely. I don't want to have to answer to what, where, why if I'm not harming anybody. If I'm not causing any harm to anybody, why can't I be me, just me, independently? Independently. You know, we buy homes, we work for all these goals to live the American dream or to do the things that we think is accomplishment, right? We think that money, having the most money, being in the highest positions, we're accomplished, but that's not it. That's not it. The biggest, the most greatest accomplishment is healing yourself. Because, see, we can't take money with us. We can only leave what we left on the world behind, the memory of us. How do you want to be remembered? Do you want to be remembered for killing people and all of the things that we do because of our traumas? Or do you want to say, I went, I went within and I learned to heal myself so I can be a better person in the world for myself? Because if I'm a better person for myself, by golly, how could I not be better for somebody else? I'm going to say, like my mother used to tell me, if you can't say anything good, then don't say anything at all. If you can't do anything good for another person, then do nothing. If you can't help change someone's life and make them feel encouraged and feel better or lend a helping hand, then just don't do anything. Certainly don't project your traumas off onto anyone else. So, people, if we can do it together, get a mirror, get a mirror, and start focusing on your traumas. And it's okay that you're not perfect and you've done things. Forgive yourself. So let's do this. Just, you've made mistakes and you've done things that you had to learn the lessons of, but you learned it and you're still learning. But to me, you're so beautiful. You're simply beautiful. And I love you. Look in the mirror, even if you have to get a spiritual mirror. When you start thinking about someone else's stuff or judging other people, look at yourself and say, what do I need to change? But while you're doing that, just love you. I love you, beautiful people. I love you. And if no one's ever told you, to each and every individual in this world, no matter what you've done, I love you. And I send my love from my heart to yours. And I hope you feel this. This is Just with Just Talk. Later. Peace.